Hey, you all, welcome back to the channel. And guys, today I want to talk about the teaser trailer we got on American Gods Season 2. If you watch the channel and you don't know what American Gods is, I invite you to, and if you're interested, of course, I invite you to look at my earlier videos that cover Season 1, and you can get brought up fully to speed on what the American Gods is all about. But American Gods, written by the author Neil Gaiman, who was an immigrant himself, came to America and was able to write these fantastic stories about a new pantheon of gods that emerged from America. Um, and up until that time, I was very spoiled with Game of Thrones, the television show. Not many television shows could get uh, as good as Game of Thrones, and I was about to give up. And then the Stars Network produced American Gods, which I just thought was awesome. It was quite a treat for me because, unlike Game of Thrones, where I had read the books first and I pretty much came into Game of Thrones knowing a lot of things, I came into American Gods without reading the books, and so it was just a treat to be able to be surprised to be brought into this world of Neil Gaiman. But I did start to read the books during the show, and over the course of the end of season one, and I'm about 90% done with the books, and I've learned a great deal. But I won't be covering any of those in the video, so no spoiler type stuff. But we can see that Mr. Wednesday, also known as Odin, um, is in his full god form. And of course, this is reference to the end of season one, where we got to see all of the gods heading to the house of on the rock, which is a real life location located in Wisconsin. It's like this kind of theme park, amusement park, a place of these interesting artifacts, if you will, lodges, indoor carousel, just various things. Interesting place. If I ever get out to that area, I'll definitely be visiting the House on the Rock. But in the books and what seems to be part of the television show, what's happening is the new gods, or the gods in the Americas, and the gods of old are about to do battle. You know, it's come to a head, and someone has to emerge, the most powerful, the most strongest. And so, Mr. Wednesday, this is, of course, where he's going to gather or make his speech to try to get people on board. And of course, we get to see many of the guys from season one that we knew were on Mr. Wednesday's side. But we were also introduced to quite a few uh, gods that don't exactly know who they are at this point. Some of them look like they come from Greek mythology. Some look like they come from Japanese mythology, Indian mythology. So many of these old gods that we may be familiar with, you know, could be anywhere, one from Ares, the god of war. Um, it could be Hercules. It could be any, you know, it could be many of these various deities. But they're all listening to Mr. Wednesday or Odin and deciding if they're going to join his cause. And there is this war coming, as many of the old gods want their powers back. They want to be worshipped again, because this we got to understand. If they're forgotten, they actually lose their powers. They actually feed on the desires, or feed on the worship from man, and without it, they are starved. They die. It's like they can't feed. Very interesting and just a fantastic show. Now, unfortunately, season one was so good, but the people who were on board, who created the show, people like Brian Fuller, who we know from many of these Star Treks, and Michael Green, who's had a great career himself, won't be part of season two. And that's kind of problematic in that, many of us are now afraid that we won't get that great storytelling that we got in season one. My hope is that they will follow what we got in season one, and will be able to capture the same spirit of that storytelling we got from there. Uh, there are just so many interesting things that went on in this trailer. Um, Laura, Shadow Moon's wife, is seemingly in a relationship. At least that would appear. It appears, looks like her and Matt Sweeney, the Leprechaun, have seem to have come quite close. They had this very uh, 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 difficult relationship in season one, and but you can kind of tell that they somewhere liked each other somewhere in the midst of all of that. And so, throughout the trailer we got to see, it also seems she's not the king as much, right? So it appears to me that she has found some way to either slow that process, or they found a way to stop it, right? And we see her kind of land in this field. So it looks like she's rejuvenating, or something like that. Um, and we get to see the Jinn from season one, and the relationship that he had throughout season one. It seems to have rekindled, right? We get to see the Jinn on a motorcycle with, and I just cannot. It's been so many months, I can't remember the character's name who was searching for the Jinn. Uh, you guys got the right to get on me, but it has been a long time, many, many months since the ending of season one. I'm excited to see what this season's going to be about. Of course, we got Mr. Nancy, who I really loved his role, Mr. Jackal, who plays the character of Thoth, the Egyptian god. Trying to think who have I missed. Who have I missed? Of course, Chernobog is back. The 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 Slavic god, black god. Um, Bilquis. We're kind of left in limbo. What's going to happen with her? Oh, and I'm leaving out the one of the newest deities. I'm not sure what she's going by. I think she's going by New Media. And New Media is basically taking over from Gillian Anderson's role as media, but New Media is going to be more about social media, and the impact, the strong impact we have on social media. And she's kind of doing this thing with Technology Boy, where she seems to be kind of more powerful and over him, much like Media was in season one. And we also get Mr. Rural, who's in this bunker. Looks very CIA like. He looks like this agent that knows everything, and so they're getting ready to go into this war, and it's gonna be so great to watch. It's gonna be awesome to finish reading the books in the midst of this. And who else did I miss? I feel like I missed someone. Bilquis. I was going on to Bilquis. We know Bilquis is in a tight situation from season one, and I don't quite know what's going to happen with Bilquis. If she's going to have to play ball with Technology Boy, she's going to try to do this switch sides in the midst of everything. So it's just so much happened in this teaser trailer. I wish I could show you all, but I don't want to deal with copyrights and images and various things like that. But I'm gonna leave it as that right now, guys. Let me know if you're excited about American Gods. Let me know if it's something I missed. I'm quite sure I missed a lot, especially with Matt Sweeney. There are some shots going back to where he was probably a king. He was a pick in the Celtic part of the Celtic culture. In Ireland, which is probably how he was able to move on to the Leprechaun thing. And so I'm excited, guys. I'm ready for American Gods. Probably Game of Thrones is my number one favorite television show, but I think American Gods would be very close behind it. They've done an excellent job with American Gods. Guys, if you like content like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, take care.